Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video about Plarium is at it again right after CBC, in between a 10x, outside of a 2x. Here we come with a guaranteed event for shards that most people are going to be out on in void shards. So we've got a couple different things. We'll talk about that event and if the guaranteed champion is going to be worth it. We'll pull up the guaranteed chart and give you some context around this guaranteed event. We've also got a 10x going on this weekend, which kind of starts to confirm the flow of the shard events that we're going to be having in the new year. It got a little bit off there at the end of the year because they have like back-to-back crazy weekends. We'll talk about the Pythion and have you all caught up as we head into the weekend. So let's get into it. Alrighty, now, first of all, I know that most of you don't get very hyped up about 10x events. They are the least popular of all of Plarium's summon events in Raid. But this Friday, we do have an important one for some players out there. Let me grab the pen. We have got the man-eater right here. I think this is the most important part of the 10x. Riho is obviously an amazing void legendary, but I think people are going to be low on shards after pulling for Acrisia. Most people that had a lot of shards, they went after Acrisia, and most people that are low spenders or don't have a lot of voids are waiting for 2x voids or some sort of guarantee for their shards. So the market for the amount of people that's going to be pulling for Riho is probably going to be kind of low, even though Riho is an awesome champion. And then you have Duchess. Now 10x events are just too much of a crapshoot on non-voids. So I mean, even if you pull a legendary, it's like 9% or something to be Duchess. So I just don't see a lot of people being excited for the 10x outside of a 2x. But obviously Riho, Duchess, Brogni, and Elva are great legendaries. I do think the key here is the man-eater. If you are a early to mid-game account who does not have a man-eater yet, having him on your account can unlock some new compositions in lots of different areas of the game, most notably the Demon Lord. So if someone doesn't have an unkillable comp, I could see it making a lot of sense to try and YOLO a bunch of shards for Maneater. I know it was account changing for me when I got a Maneater. It took me a very, very long time. It took me like 1,700 void shards to get a Maneater, and the amount of possibilities unlocked for me in building a successful Demon Lord team that I can just kind of farm lazily every day was huge. So that is the person I think that this weekend is going to make the most sense for. But obviously, a lot of us are low on void shards right now because things have been insane crazy. But also, for the guaranteed event, it's going to be for this brand new Void Epic in Ekimtum. Now, I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologize, but I tried my best. Now, first of all, I'm going to link down below. Cold Brew has an awesome write-up about this new champion and has a really cool video showing the insane damage potential and how cool it is functioning with lifesteal and all of that to be blowing up all this different damage that this champion is doing. The champion's a little bit weird, so it is worth kind of consuming that content there from Cold Brew because he takes a deep dive showcasing it and does a really good job with it. But do I think this champion is worth 40 voids as a guaranteed? I would say like the selling point is if you're going for the 10x for Riho, then I guess you get Ekimtum on your way. But I don't think you should be like setting out to target this guy by doing the 40 voids. Probably he is a cool champion and he can do some cool things. So if you really want to go after him, go for it. I think like for me personally, I'm not going to be pulling 40 shards even though I don't have this guy yet. But if you're really lacking on damage dealers and hexers or something like that, I could see it maybe making sense because he is kind of fun and can blow up doing some crazy damage in certain situations. I don't think the player base is going to be super hyped to pull right now because a lot of people are going to be low on shards and it's more of a niche damage dealer type of a champion. But I'm going to do a poll over on the community tab and we will keep tabs of how the community feels. And if I'm wrong or lots of people disagree with me, definitely let me know and we'll talk about it if people are hyped up for this event. I don't anticipate people pulling a lot of shards this weekend, though, if I had to predict. And when I say that, I'm talking about like void shards. Shards in general are probably going to be pulled this weekend because we have got the Python event going on. The summon rush right here is going to be the big sticking point. Now, if you're super worried about the summon rush, I do have a dedicated video here on the channel breaking it down. That is worth watching. But basically, it's going to be broken down 5 plus 15. And depending on how diligent you've been about completing the different stuff on the Python calendar, you may be able to get it done for the 5 right here. If not, you may have to go for the full 20 and pull that many shards. But I said I don't anticipate people to pull a lot of voids this weekend because people are low, probably going for a Crisia or saving for a 2x or something like that. So I think people are probably going to try to get this with sacreds because you get 500 points per sacred, and you can do it with 5 to 8 sacreds depending on how many points you need and how many points Plarium makes it worth. And then you can top off with mystery shards and stuff like that. So probably not a ton of ancients or voids. And also, just for some context of the events, because we are getting a 10x this weekend, do keep in mind that the rotation goes ancient, sacred, void. So next weekend is probably going to be 2x sacreds. Keep that in mind that here in about 8 or 9 days, we may get a boosted rate on sacred shards. So keep all these things in your arsenal of knowledge to make sure that you're managing your account as efficiently as possible and don't end up regretting pulling shards. And obviously right now is going to be Thursday the 19th. So as we head into the weekend, we need to do some champion training. We need to grind the spider. We have dungeon divers that connects to the spider. And then here pretty soon, it might be live already actually, I think. We also need to do some artifact enhancement. And then tomorrow is going to be the big day. I'm sure I'll go live and talk about the summon rush and all the craziness involved in there, where we all have to try to at least pull a little bit of shards to probably acquire some points. You could probably technically skip it if you did really good in tournaments and stuff like that and won a couple of them, but most of us are probably going to try to at least get 5 fragments there. And if you want to see this articulated in game, you've got the spider tournament live for the next couple of days. Also need to get some champion training done. Now, something a lot of people didn't know about in my live stream is that using skill tomes now is part of champion training. This changed a little bit while back. So for those of you OGs out there that maybe haven't read the splash text for a while, you do get credit for using books. So you want to make sure you're planning that effectively. It's going to be rare that something like this week happens where you need to wait to use books until day 2 of CBC, because on day 2 of CBC, there is a champion training tournament that will give you credit for using books. So it's a very, very like stars aligning situation, but do keep in mind the champion training tournament now using skill tomes, especially legendary tomes, is a big source of progress in those. And then also under the events that we talked about, artifact enhancement, you got a couple days left and you need to prioritize finishing dungeon divers today. I will make sure to get to 3350 today by grinding the dungeon divers for sure. Now you can do that in the campaign if you want to do your champion training as part of that. I will probably grind the spider and double dip the spider and that dungeon divers, but make sure you don't miss out on the dungeon divers because it does end today. Then let's load up the shop and see if there's anything worth going over. Looks like kind of a womp womp. I don't see anything. Like, we know the deal here on the Great Deal Mix Pack. It's a below offer or below average offer. The monthly pack is above average if you haven't, but if you are the type to buy it, you probably already did. The mini mix, we like the 100% extra mini mixes. Those are a definite recommend. The energy pack string is okay, but not amazing. It might be decent for the people that lean towards the higher tier of spending in raid. And right now is not the time to be spending $25 for a lifesteal set. So unfortunately, nothing super great in the shop today. Also, since CBC did just end, hope you had good luck. Hope you had a good CBC and was able to acquire some new stuff for your account here. That means our next CBC is going to be about 12 days from now. We'll have a week off next week, and then we will have our next CBC the week after that on Tuesday and Wednesday, launching 12 days from now. And I do like to show my hyped up CBC pieces live here really quick. This one's got potential. This is a reaction ring that could roll well. It's got the 2 different toughness stat. Oh my goodness, isn't that rolling gear in a nutshell? Double flat attack. It's a reaction piece, so I'll keep it, but I'm not happy about it. That went about as bad as it can go. This is a 3% 6-star reaction piece. So again, this is looking good. And hey, look at that. Now that's a good piece. That's like a 9 out of 10. Maybe even a 9.5 out of 10 or so. That went triple HP and it's got a defense stat. So pretty solid there. We got defense percent as well. So great ring right there. I'm excited about that one. That is a Sylvan Watchers reaction ring. So great for someone like Elva or anybody that you're really excited to build in these Sylvan Watchers. An accuracy one with no speed. It would need to roll bonkers for me to want to keep this. It didn't. It's got 2 flat stat rolls and no speed. So unfortunately, I just have to rip that. Even though it was a new faction and all that, but it's not good enough. And then resistance with speed. This is unfortunate. It's a resistance banner with no toughness stats, but it did go double speed. So I'm gonna keep that for now because that could at least go triple speed and be a pretty crazy 6-star resistance banner. So all in all, at least we got one really good piece and a couple meh ones out of CVC. So, okay, this is typically when I would head on over to the live stream and hang out for a couple hours, but I think that's going to be a little bit later today. I am going to head over to a meeting with Ash. I'm doing a collab with him for his channel, and we may record a video here for my channel as well. So remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I will have a video maybe coming out this afternoon, and then we'll be back on that weekend grind tomorrow, making sure that we're all keeping pace with the Pythion stuff, and then the shard for the summoning events, the summon rush going on, and all of that. So, as always, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.